The lunar eclipse in Pisces. Time to surrender to your intuition and put an end to old patterns. Hello beautiful people, life can be a challenge, but at least we have each other. Yes, the full moon energy begins on September 17th or September 18th, depending on where you live. So in the first part of this video, I'm gonna go over the 3 things that everyone should know about this full moon. Then I will go over how it will affect your individual sign. Okay, no more wasting time. Let's go. This partial lunar eclipse in Pisces takes place on Wednesday, September 18th at 2:34 a.m. Universal Time, which will be at 7:34 p.m. on Tuesday, September 17th Pacific Time, 10:34 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Tuesday, September 17th. And for those of you in the Southern Hemisphere, this will be at 12:34 p.m. on Wednesday, September 18th in Sydney, Australia, and 4:34 a.m. on Wednesday, September 18th in Johannesburg, South Africa. So let's jump right into the 3 things you need to know in order to make the most of this energetic opening. Number 1, this full moon will bring the powerful energy of the number 8, the number 9, and the magical tarot energy of the moon card. The number 8 in numerology represents balance, ambition, and material success. So those of you that live where the full moon will take place on the 17th, and those of you that are seeing the number 8 often leading up to and during the full moon energy, just know that this is a message letting you know that your power to attract material wealth is heightened during this time. In order to capitalize on this energy, it will be important to be ambitious, to take action, and to make sure that you are balancing taking physical action with the consciousness of a supportive outcome. If you're taking action, but your thoughts are filled with doubt or fear or skepticism or uncertainty, then your energy is out of balance and the result will reflect this imbalance. However, if you stay rooted in the certainty of what you are capable of and you stay connected to the feeling of existing in your goals realized while taking inspired action, then you will achieve exactly what it is that you have envisioned for yourself. The number 9 in numerology represents spiritual enlightenment, compassion, and completion. So for those of you that live where the full moon will be taking place on the 18th, or if you are seeing the number 9 often leading up to and during the full moon energy, this is a message to you that you are extremely close to fulfilling your dreams, so do not give up. It is also reminding you that the more energy you put out in terms of sharing and compassion and love, the more that energy will be reflected back to you. So if you are in a state of frustration right now, feeling like you have been working so hard toward your goals and you're wondering what else can you do, because you feel like you have done everything within your power to really facilitate bringing your dreams into reality, this is the perfect time to get out and share. Share your time, share your understanding, share your support, because the more you can share, the more you will be making sure that your output of positive energy and the impact that it has on others will equal the immense energy that you wish to receive by having your dreams realized. This will also help to keep your mind from the frustrations of wishing things were happening faster, and it will keep your vibration elevated, because when we share, we instantly raise our vibration, which only further guarantees a positive outcome in your pursuit toward fulfillment. And the moon card represents illusion, intuition, and the subconscious, reminding you that everything isn't always as it appears on the surface. If you find yourself in a situation during this full moon where you are uncertain, this is a reminder to trust your inner guidance. Of course, find out as much of the provable facts as you possibly can, but when you've exhausted those options, always check in with your gut. You know if something feels right for you or if it doesn't. Also know that your emotions are not your intuition. Intuition is a yes, that is right for me, or a no, this isn't. It's an instant response to certain circumstances without a narrative attached. Emotions are a response to certain ideas or thoughts. Intuition connects you to your truth, and emotions can cloud rational judgment. So absolutely trust your instincts while also being aware of inner influences like your thoughts and speculation, and outer influences like negative people and relationships that lead to misunderstandings or deception. Number 2, this full moon in Pisces will be forming a positive aspect with Mars in Cancer, a challenging aspect with Jupiter in Gemini, and an intensifying aspect with Neptune retrograde in Pisces. The moon's relationship with Mars, the planet of ambition, desire, and passion, will increase your connection to your intuition and your confidence. This is an excellent aspect because not only will this result in you being very clear on what it is that you want, but it will also bring clarity in terms of how to get it. And it will bring the motivation and the initiative to take action, which is the perfect recipe for bringing the vision that you have for yourself into reality. And this will especially be a positive influence for those of you wanting to manifest love in your life. So this is a great full moon to ask someone out on a date, or if you've been wanting to approach someone you've been holding back, now's a now's a great time to do it. Or if you've been dating for a while, this is the perfect full moon to have the talk, to establish a deeper commitment. The full moon's relationship with Jupiter, the planet of good luck, expansion, growth, and prosperity, can lend to reckless behavior and acting before thinking things through. So although this aspect may elevate your mood, which is great, be careful when it comes to taking things too far. Pisces energy can tend to really go to extremes, and remember, even too much of a good thing can be bad. So just keep this in mind during this full moon energy. Balance is key. So knowing when to pump the brakes will keep you from making any decisions that may have negative consequences. Be confident and don't let fear influence your decisions, but don't let that confidence override your common sense or good judgment. And the moon's relationship with Neptune, the planet of intuition, spirituality, dreams, and delusions, that will be retrograde, can lend to you being overly sensitive, and it can also lead to speculation and reading into things unnecessarily. So if you get a feeling about something, find out as much of the provable information as possible before you decide how you're going to proceed in terms of addressing the situation. And this is especially true in romantic relationships. Do not read into someone's energy or behavior and create a narrative of what it may or may not mean. Ask direct questions to get clarity. That way you can determine exactly what's going on, and the decision that you make in terms of how you're going to handle the circumstances will be based in truth, not speculation. Remember, there is a difference between intuition and speculation. One of the things I love to do in a relationship is if someone says or does something that isn't sitting right with me, I will ask them, what exactly did you mean by that? So that way I know how to take it. Then you can get their clear, concise explanation so you know exactly what their intention was. Then you can decide how you want to move forward. Number 3. This full moon in Pisces is a partial lunar eclipse, signifying a time to dive into the depths of your emotions and honor the dreams and intuition that guide you. It is a time to be honest with yourself so you can identify and release the illusions and behavior patterns that undermine your success. Use the focus of the Virgo sun to amplify your strengths, while using the spiritual energy of the Pisces moon to align that clarity with your soul's truth. This eclipse brings the unique opportunity to dissolve boundaries by using compassion, empathy, and forgiveness as your guiding lights. Release the need to control things, trust in the mystery of the unknown, and align with the flow of the universe. This will open the pathway to profound fulfillment. Now let's find out what this full moon means for your individual sign. Okay, my powerful Aries, this eclipse energy is going to be in your 12th house. So Aries, eclipses differ from a regular full moon in the way that it is more likely to reveal hidden truths. And this doesn't mean some secret coming to light necessarily. It more than likely for you means some sort of realization. A truth that is buried deep within your subconscious that does come to the surface in order for you to embrace the information and then make the necessary changes that will reflect how this realization affects your life. It is also highly likely that this is regarding a romantic relationship. So if you are in a relationship that has been having its challenges for a while and you've been unclear on exactly what it is that you need to do about it, or even if there is something that you can do about it, this eclipse is likely to bring your truth about the relationship to the surface. And this could also be a relationship that ended that you haven't been able to get past. So be ready for resolution in however this manifests in your life. And this resolution can either come in the form of an ending of the connection or a new beginning, in terms of you two making the commitment to both approach the situation differently in order to deepen the connection. And if this relates to you getting over a relationship, then you will finally have the understanding of why your soul chose to go through that relationship, what lessons you may have learned from it, and that way you can release any anxiety or pain or resentment even that you might have for the relationship, and instead be grateful for the experience and what it has brought to you in terms of knowledge and understanding, and in preparation for the relationship that you genuinely deserve during this next chapter of your life. But however this manifests, Aries, you will have clarity and resolution when it comes to the situation, so that way you can step into the remainder of the year without the weight of this unresolved energy weighing you down. Now, this eclipse will also connect you to your psychic abilities, leading to creative inspiration and intuitive flashes in terms of you knowing what to do and when to do it, and even a renewed sense of optimism and strength when it comes to where you are in your life situation and what lies ahead for you. So this is a very exciting time. As we lead up to this eclipse, set your intentions for what it is that you want to have clarity on, or what goals you would like to achieve, so this way your dreams, your subconscious insight, and your awareness can really be in alignment in terms of bringing you the necessary information, people, and experiences to actualize the vision that you have for yourself into reality. Now, this is the final lunar eclipse of the year, so expect major change and abrupt change, but change for the better. So embrace this energetic opening and happy eclipse Aries. Okay, my powerful Taurus, this full moon energy is going to be in your 11th house. So Taurus, this is going to be a very positive energy for you. With the sun in Virgo and the moon in Pisces, you are sure to experience a major shift for the better leading up to and during the eclipse energy, which includes the 2 weeks following the eclipse. This is a time where you are going to be very clear on who your true friends are and who you need to give less energy to, Taurus. There may be an experience that you have that reveals to you the truth behind a certain friendship where you come to the conclusion that the connection is not what you thought it was. And you will be okay with that, because what this does is it will make it easier for you to give more energy to the connections and friends that reciprocate your ability to really be there for someone without judgment and with compassion and love. This will also be a time where you will have a major realization in terms of what it is you truly want professionally, and you are likely to make a connection or deepen an already existing connection. And this is a career connection, by the way, that will also result in you making major headway when it comes to achieving your goals, because this person will be able to have a very positive influence in terms of either introducing you to someone else that can assist you when it comes to achieving your goals, or they will be the one that can assist you when it comes to achieving your goals. So overall, Taurus, this will be a time of letting go of toxic relationships, of connecting with like-minded people, and nurturing the meaningful connections that you have in your life. You will also feel in alignment with your long-term dreams and goals, and you will also be ready for and willing to embrace change, which is not always easy for you, but you will find that during this eclipse energy, it will feel natural. You may even have unexpected opportunities that come your way, so be ready to step into a leadership role, and you might surprise yourself of how comfortable you are when you are the one calling the shots. So this eclipse is an incredible time for you, Taurus. Embrace this energetic opening and happy eclipse, Taurus. Okay, my powerful Geminis, this eclipse energy is going to be in your 10th house. So Gemini, be ready to finally have a good positive momentum when it comes to you making money and when it comes to opportunities with your current job or with a new job. Now remember, an eclipse is a time that is much more powerful than a regular full moon. And yes, this is just a partial eclipse, but it is an eclipse nonetheless. So the changes that will take place can be abrupt. And I would normally say to someone to be prepared for this, but you actually operate better when changes come abruptly because you like to get right to it. You thrive when things are changing. Now, if initially you're hit with some news where you're thinking this isn't at all what I wanted or what I expected, make sure you don't allow that line of thinking or that narrative to take hold. Instead, say to yourself, I know that this is somehow in my soul's best interest, so let me not jump to worst case scenario and let me accept what is happening and even be excited for the change that it's going to bring. Now, if you take this perspective, you are much more likely to be very clear on what your next steps are because you won't be distracted by the frustration or the disappointment that could be going on. Now, you may not have any challenging circumstances arise at all. It may be a time of change where an opportunity just shows up and it instantly brings excitement. However, if the Pisces energy forms any negative aspects with your chart, I want you to be prepared to process the circumstances that come up in the most effective way possible, so that way you do not miss a beat, Gemini. So look at this as a time where you will emerge on the other side on a new path when it comes to how you earn money, when it comes to how much you can earn, and be prepared by knowing that you may get to the other side having to face an ending in order to establish this new beginning, or you may just experience the upward transition in the job that you already have. But overall, Gemini, the best thing you can do to prepare for this eclipse energy is to evaluate if you are satisfied with your current professional situation and financial situation, and if you are, fantastic. Focus your energy on amplifying and growing your current situation. If not, this is the time to focus your energy on what you do want, as opposed to focusing on what you don't like about the current situation or what you're frustrated about. This will then reflect back to you an open path to the new realm of existence where you are experiencing fulfillment and success, which is much more exciting than the alternative. So embrace this energetic opening and happy full moon, Gemini. Okay, my powerful Cancerians, this eclipse energy is going to be in your 9th house. So Cancers, this is going to be an excellent energy for you. Now, it may be an emotional time, and this isn't one of those, oh, Cancers are so emotional moments. So don't worry, I do not base my readings on stereotypes. This eclipse can genuinely be emotional for you because anytime the moon is in a water sign, that will activate your more emotional energy, especially if you have a moon sign in water. So yes, be prepared to be emotional, but also be prepared to experience a quick shift in your reality for the better. Now, I say a quick shift because eclipses are so much more intense than just your standard full moon, because they do bring endings and beginnings and karmic cleansings, and they bring subconscious truths to the surface. All of the things that can really facilitate major change. So as we lead up to this eclipse, or if you're watching this video right when the eclipse is taking place, make sure to focus your thoughts and your awareness on the area of your life that you really want to experience expansion and growth, because this is exactly what this eclipse is all about for you. This is a time where your outlook on life is highly likely to change, and this can be brought on by a certain experience or just by an awakening of sorts, but be ready for this eclipse to mark a major shift in the trajectory of how your life is going, and a positive shift. So there's nothing to be nervous about and nothing to fear. Just allow yourself to be excited and know that you will be seeing life through a new lens when this eclipse energy is over. Now, if you've been reading a certain spiritual book, or if you've been taking a certain course recently, this information or these tools will really start to make sense to you during this time. If you do have travel planned during this time, be ready for the experiences of the trip to be life-changing experiences. So overall, Cancers, this theme of this eclipse, like I was saying before, is expansion. So dream big and be ready to have eye-opening experiences, and also be ready to see BS for exactly that. Anything in your life that is not serving you or that is not authentic, its fraudulence will be crystal clear during this time. So that way you can clean out the clutter and make way for the amazing gifts that life has to offer you. So embrace this energetic opening, and happy eclipse, Cancers. Okay, my powerful Leos, this eclipse energy is going to be in your 8th house. So Leos, this is going to be an intense one for you, and not in a way where you will be overly emotional. Well, if your moon sign is in Scorpio or Cancer or even Pisces, it may be a bit emotional for you, but relative to how this affects your Leo energy, this will be intense in the way where this will mark a major shift in your life. The thing about eclipses is they bring, in comparison to a regular full moon, they're much more abrupt and much more deep-rooted. And because this eclipse is in Pisces and in your 8th house, this will be a time of tapping into your subconscious and really opening an opportunity for some restructuring in terms of what it is you believe and how you operate on your day-to-day basis in your life. So if there is a habit that you want to change, or if there's any belief system that you have that you know does not work for you, now's the time to focus your consciousness on changing it. Your intuition will also be extremely heightened during this time. So if you get a feeling about something, do not ignore it. Explore it. And by explore it, I don't mean be reactive. I mean, use that intuitive nudge as a signpost directing you to investigate and find out as much provable information as possible, so that way you can decide the best way to navigate the situation. The 8th house may also bring some relationship drama your way. And that is if you are in a relationship, of course. And if you are, then just know that the relationship drama may be rooted in the financial dynamic between the two of you. Now, if you're in a relationship and the relationship has been going great, this may be a time where the two of you decide that you want to start blending your finances and working as a team in this area. But if your relationship has been on the rocks, this will be a time where the two of you can really discuss the way that you handle money and the balance of the energy in that area, making sure that you focus on what will bring about a feeling of appreciation from both of you, and where both of you feel like there's a fairness to this dynamic. This will also be a time where if the relationship has any issues of a sexual nature, those can come to the surface in order to be resolved. And if there's no issues in that area, it just means that that area is going to be even better during this time, which is very exciting. Now, if you are single, these same areas of finances and how you navigate your sexual expression will still be in a state of assessment and transformation. So if anything comes up in these two areas, remember, this is an opportunity to bring your awareness to the topic, so that way you can ask yourself what part you have played in creating the current circumstances, and what part you can play and what actions you can take currently to get those areas of your life in a place that bring fulfillment and happiness. So Leos, overall, this eclipse is going to be a time where you will step into this next chapter of who you are and how you move about your life when it comes to your relationships, your self-worth, how you express your desires and passions. And most importantly, this will be a time of self-mastery where you can identify what it is that you want to transform as an individual and then take the steps to do so with a very high likelihood of continued success in this area. So embrace this energetic opening and happy eclipse, Leo. Okay, my powerful Virgos, this eclipse energy is going to be in your 7th house. So Virgos, it is your season. And the focus has been on you, as it should be during a time where the sun's influence on your overall energetic disposition is at its strongest. So your ability to affect change and to attract what you focus on, and your ability to put your best foot forward is at its yearly high. And in the midst of this time period comes an eclipse in Pisces, your polar opposite energy, to bring balance to your life and remind you that part of the formula for a balanced existence is having a rich experience of human interaction and relationships. So during this time leading up to the eclipse and for the next 2 weeks after the eclipse, this will be a time where if any of the relationships in your life need some attention, it will be apparent. So if you're in a romantic relationship and you know there are some issues that need to be addressed, now is the time to address them, because the energy is lined up for a very high likelihood when it comes to resolution. Also, if you avoid the issue and you do not address it during this time, it is very likely to reach its worst point. So look at this as an opportunity, Virgo, to address these challenges head on and resolve them once and for all. And this applies to whether you are in a romantic relationship or single, because although it is more likely that this eclipse will relate to a romantic relationship, if you aren't in one, it can absolutely relate to a family relationship or work relationship or friendship, or it may just be a realization about you and how you feel about relationships and why you feel that way. So however this manifests in your chart, you can rest assured that on the other side of this eclipse is a new perspective and a new dynamic for you when it comes to your relationships, Virgo. And know that the resolution and clarity will come from focusing on balance. Asking yourself, are you giving as much as you are receiving in your relationships? Are you receiving as much as you are giving? And are you open and honest with the person that you're interacting with? Or do you hold certain information in while wanting the other person to be forthcoming and transparent? Now's the time to be honest with yourself, because you are an extremely loving person and you have a lot to offer a relationship. But it is important to remember that relationships require compassion, which I know you know this, but they require compassion and understanding and adaptability, and they absolutely require an open mind and self-awareness. So really try to keep this in mind during whatever your life situation brings your way during this eclipse energy, because if you approach this as an opportunity for enlightenment when it comes to your world of romance, then it can be a major shift for the better, resulting in a more fulfilling ending to 2024 and a more fulfilling beginning to 2025. So embrace this energetic opening and happy eclipse, Virgo. Okay, my powerful Libras, this eclipse energy is going to be in your 6th house. So Libra, this is going to be a time where you shift into a new relationship with your mind, body, and spirit. You have reached a point in the year and in your life really where you know you want change. And it isn't because you are so dissatisfied with life, it's just because you feel the urge to grow and you want to feel the openness and the excitement that comes with change. And you're ready for this to take place. So the good news is this is the perfect time to embrace this transformation. The crucial piece of this puzzle though is that you have to be the one that facilitates the change. Often you find yourself making major changes in your life because the circumstances around you shift, and then you respond to those shifts and you decide what's best for you, and then you move in that direction. However, this eclipse is bringing you the opportunity to make a shift even though nothing major is happening around you in your life. What I mean by this is you like to make sure that you're making the best decision for yourself possible. And because of this, sometimes you can avoid any choices that may seem risky. You like to watch things play out around you and then you respond, as opposed to just deciding what it is that you want and then starting to take the actions to create that. Because in that scenario, you're the one creating the change, which can be scarier because you will be the one responsible for the results, as opposed to when you wait for things to change around you and then you respond to those changes, you can then say, well, I did the best I could with the circumstances I was given. So Libras, this is going to be a great experience for you if you allow it to be. This will be a time where you will decide for yourself, okay, This is what I want. And then you will decide, this is how I'm going to go about creating the circumstances that reflect that desire. Then you will move in that direction, and you will see how the universe at that point will truly conspire to create that reality for you. This is the path to fulfillment, Libra, and the reason that you sometimes hold back on taking that path is because there's a part of you that may think to yourself, well, what if the reality that I think I want, once I create it, I don't really like it, or I don't really want it? And the answer to that is you just then decide what the next version of your fulfillment looks like, and you take action to create that. This is where you will be your most powerful, Libra, because you are a cardinal energy. You are capable of taking initiative, and now is the time to recognize that you can do so based on your true desires, based on your soul's truth, as opposed to based on responding to outside circumstances. Now, this can relate to changes that you want to make when it comes to your overall health, when it comes to your professional world, but zooming out and looking at the big picture, no matter what specific dynamic of your life it relates to, overall it's going to relate to how you live your life on a day-to-day basis. So be ready, Libra. This eclipse will bring you the opportunity to step up for yourself and start to take more of a leadership role in your own life, which is very exciting. So embrace this energetic opening, and happy eclipse, Libra. Okay, my powerful Scorpios, this eclipse energy is going to be in your 5th house. So Scorpio, this is going to be a very exciting time for you. If you are a parent, this indicates an experience with your kids where you deepen the connection and you understand them on a greater scale. It also indicates that you are likely to have an experience with your child where the advice that you give them during this time is going to have a major effect on the next chapter of their life and how it plays out. This also indicates that if you are in a relationship and you've been working on having a kid, you may very well get some exciting news during this eclipse energy. Now, if you're single and you've been wanting to manifest a relationship, a romantic relationship, this eclipse also increases the likelihood of meeting someone with major potential in that area. Now, if you're in a relationship and the two of you have been feeling a bit disconnected for whatever reason, this will be an excellent time to address the disconnect, because this energy influences a positive outcome in terms of resolution. Your creativity is also going to get a major boost during this eclipse. So if you are a content creator, or if you've been working on a project for a while, this is a time period where you are likely to have an idea that gets a very positive reaction from the public, or this will be a time where the project that you've been working on finally gets completed because you realize the perfect way to bring everything together. Now, if you've been having a challenging time in any relationship, be it romantic, family relationship, friend relationship, or work relationship, this will be the perfect time to talk things out with the person that you're having the problem with, because the 5th house eclipse influences your communication skills as well in a very positive way, because you're more likely to be more open and more understanding, and you will also be more capable of speaking from your heart with no defense mechanisms interjected, which is much more likely to lead to resolution and a deepening of the relationship. So overall, Scorpio, the important thing to know is that this eclipse is a very positive energy for you. This eclipse will be in a water sign, so it may be an emotional time for you, but in a very positive way, resulting in advancement and forward movement and fulfillment. So embrace this energetic opening, and happy eclipse, Scorpio. Okay, my powerful Sagittarius, this eclipse energy is going to be in your 4th house. So Sagittarius, this is going to be a time where you are meant to reboot spiritually, and by this I mean you like to keep that Sagittarius fire of yours burning powerfully and burning bright. But you have to remember that all fire needs fuel, and the fuel is your spiritual well-being. You have to have periods of downtime where you take yourself inward by resolving any issues that you might be having with a family member or someone that you're cohabitating with. So don't be surprised if you have something come up with a family member or a roommate, or if you live with your significant other, you two might have a conflict that comes up during this time, and just know that this is coming up so you can have a chance to resolve the issue, so that way you are not carrying the weight of that situation around with you as you move forward into the remainder of 2024 and into the beginning of 2025. You may also have recently experienced some sort of loss or some bad news regarding family, and this will be a healing time for you, Sagittarius, or if you have been away from family for a while, this will be a perfect time for you to take a break from the chaos of the world around you and spend some time with family, even if it's just having a long overdue conversation over the phone, over FaceTime. Also, Sagittarius, whatever spiritual practices you have that keep you feeling connected and strong, this will be the time to check in with yourself to see if you have been keeping up with these practices. Because if you haven't, now's the time to get back into the flow. You are about to shift into a very exciting phase when it goes from Virgo season into Libra season. So you want to make sure that you are feeling recharged and ready for the excitement and the opportunities that will be coming your way. So allow yourself some downtime to recharge leading up to and during the eclipse energy. So that way you not only feel a major boost to your physical energy, but more importantly, to your spiritual energy. And your emotional energy will follow, and so will your mental disposition. You are a master manifester, Sagittarius, and this comes from you having an incredible instinct. But to make sure that you are connected and confident relative to your instincts, you have to make sure there is no mental clutter, no physical clutter, meaning your home space needs to be open. It needs to feel vibrant and supportive in a way that it reboots your energy and recharges your energy. So use this eclipse in Pisces as a bit of a spiritual retreat where you allow yourself to tend to the personal things. So that way you can be working at your optimum capacity as we shift into these next seasons and phases. You are meant to have an exciting next few months as we wrap up 2024 and begin 2025. So let's make sure that you capitalize on this positive energy by taking this opportunity to take care of you, Sagittarius. So embrace this energetic opening and happy eclipse, Sagittarius. Okay, my powerful Capricorns, this eclipse energy is going to be in your third house. So Capricorns, this is your time to put all of that Capricorn capability to work. By that I mean this eclipse is going to offer an opportunity for advancement that will be contingent upon your willingness to work effectively as part of a team. You are extremely capable, but the truth is you do a lot of your best work when you are left alone to do things how you like to do them, when you like to do them. And you actually work really well as part of a team, but more than likely it's if you are leading the team or if the people in the team are like-minded. However, much of the time, the best results in life come out of a group of people who are intelligent and who are capable, but who have different perspectives, because the creativity will be born of many different ideas and many different ways of looking at things. But in order to honor the final result, those involved have to be able to work well with different types of personalities. And I'm not at all saying that you don't know how to do this, but this eclipse is going to offer you the opportunity to get even better at a skill that you might already be good at, or a skill that you might need some improvement at. Now, the great thing about this is the rewards that are at stake. They are significant and they will be worth it. So as you navigate this eclipse energy, if an opportunity comes up to work as a group, and when I say group, I just mean not working by yourself. You can be working with just one other person. It could be one person or many other people. The key is collaboration, and the key can be regarding any sort of goal. So it doesn't have to be a career goal. This can be a goal that you have in your romantic relationship, or an undertaking that you and a group of friends have going on. However this manifests in your life, this will be a time where you will be able to strengthen your ability to focus on the end result. And you will do this by prioritizing solutions, which you're great at, minimizing judgment, which that can be a bit challenging for you at times, not reading into things, that can be a bit challenging for you at times, and communicating when something comes up that triggers you or rubs you the wrong way, which can also be challenging, because if you have a habit of shutting down or shutting people off or out or isolating or stepping back and observing the situation or becoming cold and aloof when irritated, this eclipse will bring you an opportunity to change that defense mechanism into a coping mechanism that's rooted in open-minded understanding, meeting someone where they are, compromise, and recognizing that an open mind with persistence, compassion, and leading with your higher mind is the key to success. So be excited for this opportunity, Capricorn, because this will allow you, an extremely capable person, an already extremely capable person, it will allow you to expand your capabilities and reach an even greater potential, all while experiencing new and effective ways of dealing with people that may have otherwise represented a problem. So embrace this energetic opening, and happy eclipse, Capricorn. Okay, my powerful Aquarians, this eclipse energy is going to be in your second house. So Aquarius, this is that time of year to establish what really matters to you, and then be honest with yourself by assessing whether or not your priorities reflect what matters to you. You are an extremely intelligent and capable person, but you also do not like drama or frustration or anything that feels like an unnecessarily difficult uphill battle. So, and no one likes those types of things, but if anything represents that to you, you'll turn away from it. So if something seems like it will limit your freedom or be too difficult to maintain, you might find yourself finding a path of least resistance, which there is nothing wrong with. However, if the path of least resistance takes you off the path of success regarding your goals and priorities, then whether it's the path of least resistance or not is irrelevant, because either way, it's the wrong path for you. The path you want to be on is the path that leads you to achieving your goals. So whatever comes up for you during this eclipse energy, Aquarius, recognize that it is an opportunity to identify what matters to you, then identify if you have been taking the actions and behaving in a way that supports giving energy to and fueling the success of what matters to you. And this includes your health and your overall well-being. The second house represents things that relate to the physical world, and you cannot experience fulfillment in the physical world to its truest potential without feeling good physically. So it's important to have your health on your list of what matters to you and your list of priorities. It's also important to have material abundance on this list as well, because as we have spoken about before, having financial abundance equals freedom. So don't relate having the goal of making a lot of money with greed, because greed is determined by a person's perspective of material wealth and what they do with it. If you have a healthy relationship with the flow of abundance, what you do with that relationship is up to you. So recognize that this is your time to make some major changes when it comes to your relationship with the material world. Your physical relationship with the material world relative to the actions that you take, your mental relationship with the material world relative to the perspective and the consciousness you have regarding this area of your life, and your spiritual relationship with the material world relative to the part that you allow it to play in your development as a spiritual being having a human experience. So don't take this time lightly, Aquarius. Identify the changes that you can make when it comes to this area of your life, and know that a major transformation can take place that will put you on a path where you can really start to experience the fulfillment that you know you're capable of, and a flow of abundance without compromising your integrity, which is very exciting. So embrace this energetic opening, and happy eclipse, Aquarius. Okay, my powerful Pisces, this full moon energy is going to be in your first house. So Pisces, this is the time of year where the universe is holding up a cosmic mirror and saying to you, it is time for a makeover inside and out. And it's not at all to say that you are not a beautiful being or intelligent or a good person inside, but it is to say that we are made from the same thing as the universe, and the universe is in a constant state of expansion. And with that expansion comes change, and that change is reflected in certain phases of our lives. And just as the moon goes through phases, so do we. In Pisces, this is a phase of life where you will truly benefit from asking yourself what it is about yourself that is working for you, so you can expand on that, and what it is about yourself that you know would work for you much better if you transformed that energy into something more effective that does reflect your higher self. So Pisces, whatever has been causing conflict in your life recently, instead of looking at who is to blame, because you may very justifiably so be able to find someone outside of yourself to blame, so that would be a useless exercise. Instead, ask yourself, what part did I play in either creating the issue or assisting the issue in terms of it playing out the way that it's been playing out, and what it is within your power to transform about yourself, where you can take the lessons that you've learned from these experiences and step into the version of yourself that will take similar situations and give them the highest probability of a much more favorable outcome. So if it is work that brings you stress or challenges, or maybe a relationship that you're in that causes stress or challenges, or maybe both, use those circumstances as information regarding who you are and how you can grow into an even more intelligent and even more beautiful human being inside and out, Pisces. This is actually a very exciting time for you, because this energy will come during a time when the sun is in your polar opposite energy. So this Pisces moon, this eclipse in Pisces will be bringing some of your Pisces power back. So not only will you be feeling a surge of strength, but you can channel that strength into facilitating change in any and all areas where you have been experiencing challenges or stress, by taking your power back and saying to yourself, it all starts with me. We all have heard the phrase, be the change that you want to see. And if anyone is capable of adapting and understanding the bigger picture and being self-aware, Pisces, it is you. And now is the time to embrace this challenge. You will be greatly rewarded if you do. So let's go, Pisces. It is time to reassess. It is time to reset. It is time to step into this next chapter feeling renewed and excited and optimistic and capable. So embrace this energetic opening. Let the past go. Leave it in the past. Take the lessons with you, and happy eclipse, Pisces. Okay, so there you have it. The top 3 things you need to know about this lunar eclipse in Pisces, along with some insight into how your sign can make the most of this eclipse energy. I hope you all enjoyed the information. If you did, please don't forget the baby tap. If you haven't subscribed, please consider doing so. Thank you so much for taking the time to come and hang out with me. I love you guys, and I will see you in the next video.